10th Standard History, Lesson number 6, Early Revolts Against British Rule in Tamil Nadu. In this lesson, we are going to see about palayakarar system and the revolts of palayakarars against the British, velu nachiyar, Pulidevar, kattabomman and Maruthu brothers in the anti-British uprisings. It means these are the people like fighters velu nachiyar, Pulidevar, kattabomman and Maruthu brothers raise their voice against the British ruling. About this we are going to see in this lesson. After defeating the French and their Indian allies in the three Carnatic Wars, the East India Company began to consolidate and extend its power and influence. However, local kings and feudal chieftains resisted this. So, after defeating the French and their Indian allies in the three Carnatic Wars, the East India Company began to consolidate and extend its powers in India. So after the French Wars, that is French people and the Indian people fought against in the three Carnatic Wars. After the Carnatic Wars, the East India Company, that is British people, consolidate and extend its powers in Tamil Nadu. But local kings and feudal chieftain resisted this. But other chieftains like in the Tamil Nadu such as Velu Nachiyar, Pandya kattabomman, the Maruthu brothers, Deeran Chinnamalai could not accept their powers. So previously some of the chieftains accepted of the British rule. But like Velu Nachiyar, Pandya kattabomman, Maruthu brothers and Deeran Chinnamalai could not accept their powers of British people. Meaning of palayams and palayakaras. Palayam means a domain or a little kingdom. Palayakarar means holder of a little kingdom. The palayakara system was put in the place in Tamil Nadu by Vishwanatha when he became the Nayak ruler of Madurai in 1529. So Vishwanatha introduced the palayakara system in 1529 with the support of Aryanadar. Traditionally, there were supposed to be 72 palayakaras. The palayakaras were free to collect revenue, administer the territory, settle disputes, and maintain law and order. Palayakara's duty were to free to collect revenue, administer the territory, settle disputes, and maintain law and order. Their police duties were known as Padikaval or Arasu Kaval. So, like police duties, which was known as Padikaval or Arasu Kaval. The personal relationship and understanding between the king and the palayakaras made the system to last for about 200 years from the Nayaks of Madurai. So 200 years the palayakara systems went on. Eastern and Western Palayams. Among the 72 palayakaras created the Nayak rulers, there were two blocks. So under the 72 palayakaras, there were two blocks. That is Eastern Palayams and Western Palayams. Under the Eastern Palayams, there were Satur, Nagalapuram, Ettayapuram and Panchalamkurichi. Under the Western Palayams were Udumalai, Talavangkottai, Naduvakurichi, Singampatti and Seidur. So there were the two blocks under the 72 palayakaras, that is Eastern Palayams and Western Palayams. Under the Eastern Palayams, there were Satur, Nagalapuram, Ettayapuram and Panchalamkurichi were the places under the Eastern Palayams, and under the Western Palayams, there were Udumalaipetai, Talavangkottai, Naduvakurichi, Singampatti and Seidur were the places under the Western Palayams. Palayakarar Revolt 1755 to 1801. Revolt of Pulidevar 1755 to 1767. In March 1755, Mahfuz Khan, who was the brother of Arcot Nawab, Mahfuz Khan sent an army under the head of Colonel Hiran to Tirunelveli. In Tirunelveli, Pulidevar did not obey to the British people, did not listen anything of the British people. So Pulidevar wanted to get the support with the western palayakarars. So he got support over the western palayakarars. But Colonel Hiran want of weapons and supplies paid to soldiers. But Colonel Hiran could not get anything. So he retired. He skipped the plan and retired to Madurai. Hiran was recalled and dismissed from the service. Alliances with the enemies of the British. 3 part-time officers, it meant 3 military officers named Miyanna, Mudimiya and Nabikan Katak. The 3 part-time officers, that is 3 military officers named Miyanna, M-I-A-N-A-H, Miyanna, Mudimiya, M-U-D-I-M-I-A-H, Mudimiya, and Nabikan Katak, N-A-B-I-K-H-A-N, Nabikan Katak, K-A-T-T-A-K, Katak. Nabikan Katak commanded the Madurai and Tirunelveli regions. Surrendered these 3 people, that is 3 military officers, surrendered the Madurai and Tirunelveli regions. They supported the Tamil Palayakaras against the Arcot Nawab Muhammad Ali. Now Pulidevar also wanted to join with them against the British people. Ettayapuram, Panchalamkurichi and Sivagiri. Ettayapuram, Panchalamkurichi and Sivagiri did not join this alliance. Further, the English succeeded in getting the support of Rajas of Ramanathapuram and Pudukkottai. Meantime, British people, what they did, they got support of the Rajas of Ramanathapuram and Pudukkottai. Now, Pulidevar also wanted to get help from Hyderali of Mysore and French people. But Hyderali could not help Pulidevar because Hyderali already locked in a serious conflict with the Marathas. So Hyderali locked with a serious conflict with the Marathas people. So he could not help the Pulidevar. Calicut battle. Now Arcot Nawab sent additional army to Mahfuz Khan, to his brother, that is to his brother. Mahfuz Khan received 600 more than army he received from his brother Arcot Nawab. And also he got supported from the Carnatic like cavalry and foot soldiers. Before Mahfuz Khan could station his troops near Calicut, Pulidevar got more than 2,000 soldiers from the Travancore. So finally, Pulidevar got more soldiers, like nearly 2,000 soldiers, but Mahfuz Khan got 600 and cavalry foot soldiers. So Pulidevar won in the war in the Battle of Calicut. Mahfuz Khan's troops were defeated. Yousuff Khan and Pulidevar. Yousuff Khan, formerly his name was Khan Sahib, or before his conversion to Islam, his name was Maruthanayagam. He was sent by the British people to attack Pulidevar. So, Nerkattam Seval fort was attacked by Yousuff Khan. This attack continued for about 2 months. On 16th May 1761, Pulidevar's 3 major ports, Nerkattam Seval, Vasudevanallur and Panayur, came under the control of Yousuff Khan. Finally, Yousuff Khan was charged with betrayal by the British people and the Nawabs, and he was hanged in 1764. Then fall of Pulidevar. After the death of Khan Sahib or Yousuff Khan, Pulidevar recaptured Nerkattam Seval in 1764. However, he was defeated by Captain Campbell in 1767. Pulidevar escaped and died. Now another freedom fighter name was Velu Nachiyar. Born in 1730 to the Raja Chellamuthu Sedupati of Ramanathapuram. Velu Nachiyar was the only daughter of this royal family. Raja Chellamuthu Sedupati of the Raja of Ramanathapuram. His daughter was Velu Nachiyar. The king had no male heir. The royal family brought up the princess Velu Nachiyar, trained in stick fighting, cavalry, and used weapons, horse riding, and archery, and also well versed in English, French, and Urdu. At the age of 16, Velu Nachiyar was married to Muthu Vadugar, the Raja of Sivagangai, and had a daughter by name Velu Chinnamalai. So Velu Nachiyar and Muthu Vaduganather got married and they had one daughter. Her name was Velu Chinnamalai. In 1772, the Nawab of Arcad and the company troops attacked the Kalayar Koil palace. In this battle, Muthu Vaduganather was killed. That is, Velu Nachiyar's husband was killed. Velu Nachiyar escaped with her daughter and lived under the protection of Gopala Nayak at Virupachi near Tindikkal for 8 years. During her period in hiding, Velu Nachiyar organized an army and succeeded in securing an alliance with not only Gopala Nayakar but Hyderali as well. Talavari, military chief Tandavarayanar, wrote a letter to Sultan Hyderali on behalf of Velu Nachiyar, asking for 5,000 infantry and 5,000 cavalry to defeat the English. Velu Nachiyar explained in detail in Urdu all the problems she had with the East India Company. She conveyed her strong courage to fight the English. Impressed by her courage, Hyderali ordered to provide the required military alliance. Velu Nachiyar employed agents for gathering intelligence to find where the British had stored their ammunitions. With the military assistance from Gopala Nayak and Hyderali, she recaptured Sivagangai. She was crowned as queen with the help of Marudu brothers. She was the first female ruler or queen to resist the British colonial power in India. Next freedom fighter from Tamil Nadu is Veera Pandya Kattabomman, 1790 to 1799. Veera Pandya Kattabomman became the palayakarar of Panchalamkurichi at the age of 30. He had several events that led to conflicts between him and the East India Company. 1/6 of the revenue was to be allowed to meet the expenses of Nawab and his family. First one, 1/6 of the revenue was to be allowed to meet the expenses of Nawab and his family. Second one, the company had gained the right to collect the taxes from Panchalamkurichi. Third one, the company appointed its collectors to collect taxes from all the palayams. Fourth one, the collectors insulted the palayakarars and adopted forced to collect the taxes. So totally these are the reasons for Veera Pandya Kattabomman got misunderstanding with the British people. This was the main problems between the English and the Kattabomman. Conflict between Kattabomman and Jackson. Kattabomman had to pay land revenue arrear 3,310 pakodas to the British people. So Collector Jackson ordered Kattabomman to meet him in Ramanathapuram. An interview was granted and Kattabomman met Jackson in Ramanathapuram on September 19, 1798. It is said that Kattabomman had to stand for 3 hours before the collector Jackson, along with his minister Sivasubramaniyanar. Oomaithurai suddenly entered the fort with his men and helped the Kattabomman to escape from the event. At the gate of the Ramanathapuram fort, there was a clash in which some people, including Lieutenant Clark, were killed. Siva Subramanianar was taken prisoner. Appearance before Madras Council. On his return to Panchalamkurichi, Kattabomman represented to the Madras Council about how he was ill-treated by the collector Jackson. The council asked Kattabomman to appear before the committee. Committee ordered the release of Siva Subramanianar and the suspension of collector Jackson. Kattabomman appeared before the committee that sat on the 15th December 1798 and reported on what transpired in Ramanathapuram or what happened in Ramanathapuram. The committee found Kattabomman was not guilty. Jackson was dismissed and service and a new collector S.R. Lushington appointed. Kattabomman cleared almost all the revenue arrears, leaving only a balance of 1080 bakodas. Kattabomman and the Confederacy of Palayakarars. Pandya of Sivagangai formed the South Indian Confederacy of Rebels against the British. Pandya wanted to fight against the British people, so they asked help with the neighboring Palayakaras like Gopala Nayak of Dindikkal and Yadul Nayak of Aanaimalai. Pandya acted as its leader. The Tiruchirappalli proclamation had been made. Kattabomman had the alliance with the Maruthu brothers. Collector Lushington prevented Kattabomman from meeting the Maruthu brothers, but Maruthu brothers and Kattabomman jointly decided to attack the English. The company considered the expedition of Kattabomman as a challenge to their authority. The company ordered the army to march on to Tirunelveli, now siege of Panchalamkurichi. In May 1799, Lord Wellesley issued orders the Tiruchirappalli, Tanjavur, Travancore and Madurai to attack Tirunelveli. Lord Wellesley asked help to this Tiruchirappalli, Tanjavur and Travancore and Madurai. Together they wanted to attack Tirunelveli. Major Bannerman commanded the troops. On December 1799, warned Kattabomman to surrender, but Kattabomman's assertly reply, that is, he made irritation to Bannerman. Bannerman moved his entire army to Panchalamkurichi on September 5. September 5. They cut off all the communications to the fort. Bannerman fixed a person, Ramalinganar, to convey a message asking Kattabomman to surrender. Kattabomman did not accept it. He refused. Ramalinganar gathered all the secrets of the fort, and on the basis of his report, Bannerman decided the strategy of the operation. In a clash at Kallarpatti, Siva Subramanianar was taken as a prisoner. Now, execution of Kattabomman. Kattabomman escaped to Pudukottai, betrayed by the Rajas of Ettaipuram and Pudukottai. Kattabomman was finally captured. So, the Pudukottai Raja and Ettaipuram Raja betrayed the Kattabomman. Finally, he was captured. Subramanianar was executed at Nagalapuram on the 13th September. Kattabomman was hanged from a tamarind tree in the old fort of Kayathar.